All right, we live, boy.
All
Live.
right, man. What's going on, everybody? It's HBT with my man Christopher Burton.
People's podcast. What's going on,
And
y'all?
we are here live, man. I said HBT, but it's Harry Bernard Taylor, as you guys know. But yeah, we are here live right now. Chris and I, man, we are watching some basketball, man. All-Star weekend. Right now, they on the three-point. They doing a three-point shot. And guys, but we are gonna talk about wrestling, man. We're gonna talk about a little bit about wrestling and what I had said a couple nights
about
ago.
This joker that can't shoot, boy. That's what we're gonna talk about, boy.
Well, Jalen Brunson, boy, he can't hit him, boy. He hit one. There you go. He missed that one.
Well, you might as well go sit down.
Yeah, guys, we are gonna talk about wrestling fans, man. Wrestling fans are reaching for hope. I mean, wrestling fans are hoping. You know, wrestling promoters.
Neela, what's going on, bro? What's going on?
Yeah, all right, man. My man, Felton Neely in the house. Robert Brown came over. Robert Brown, Lafayette, Indiana in the house. What's happening, y'all? Nothing much, Robert Brown, man. I saw you was on Tatiana. I was over on Tatiana's for a little bit. I saw you over there, but I appreciate you coming over, rocking with Straight Up Wrestling Show. All right. Felton Neely, man, my man Felton Neely said he is cooling. This is the first time I ever seen Felton Neely. All right.
Yeah, that's my brother, man.
That's your brother, man, Felton. Okay, cool. Felton, good that you in here, man. Great to see you. All right, my man Pedro Perez says, Cody Rhodes, it's time to finish the story. Yeah, I've seen Pedro before. Pedro Perez, yeah, it's definitely time to finish the story, man. And look, you have so many things that's conflicting, and you have this thing with Rock, and I mean, Rock is basically saying he's going to do everything in his power to make sure that this doesn't happen. I hope he doesn't interject himself into that storyline like that, at least not that way, some kind of executive way. I don't want to see it play out like that. It could be good, though. Like we talked about on the show last night, it could be good. Now, you know, me personally, I never like when authorities, man, an authority figure of a company decides to get involved like that, because once that happened, you know, they can pretty much make you jump through thousands of hoops to get to that title. And hey, when it boils down to it, it could be good.
Man, Robert said it ain't Cody's time yet, boy. He said it ain't Cody's time, boy.
Well, you know what? It could backfire, man, if they actually do it like that. Boy, and yes, it might horrible, not. Like you say, some people might look at it and say it's not Cody's time, but that Joker got so many flipping fans, man. This could.
Who's it? Well, who's it? Lord Marquine, was he Marquine McQueen, boy?
Who? This dude
shooting at three, was it? Yeah, McQueen, boy. Marquine McQueen.
I don't think so, man.
I thought he might be some kin to him, boy. He definitely shoot like him, boy. I know that much.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but not right now. But Felton Neely says, let's see. All right. Felton Neely says Bloodline, if they win, it's bad for WWE. And yes, it could be bad for the WWE. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We don't want it to backlash, because look, if you lose a whole bunch of fans from the jump, and it could be tens of thousands of fans, it really can. Cody has a big group of fans. So if they lose a big portion of their fan base, even if you run a great storyline and Cody wins it at the end, you might not get the fans back. And look, we don't know. We hoping AEW. We are hoping. That's why we're saying promoters are hoping and dreaming. They hoping and dreaming instead of pretty much putting together these great storylines and things like that. And I'm gonna go with a story here, and I'm gonna tell you something about certain people that I used to work with, and when I'm in business, and I'm gonna tell you about hoping and dreaming. But get back to that as far as bloodline
business.
yeah, the bloodline storyline, man. Like I say, if they take that and want to run a story on that, and people not there to pay attention to it, hey, it opens up business. It opens up business for the man who we like to see. We like the way he do business, Chris.
We
Tony
do.
Khan. Hey, it opens up business for him. And I heard somebody from WWE. I'm not sure who it is, but they used to work closely with Sasha Banks. Somebody from the WWE who was a head writer, one of the head writers over there, is going to AEW. But that don't mean Tony Khan is going to use him. He's got plenty of people that can write. He got plenty of people can write, but he's not using them. He might listen to that person's ideas, but that don't mean, I doubt very seriously. He's been doing this for 3 years, 5 years, basically. He's been, the head writer taking over everything. So I don't think he's gonna listen to anybody from WWE unless it's
No.
Vince McMahon himself. That dude is not listening to nobody, man. Straight up.
But Damian Lillard trying to turn it on, boy. You trying to turn it on, Harry?
Yo, Damian can shoot though, man. Damian is
but he ain't got enough to get 26 though.
Yeah, I don't know. He's yeah.
But he ain't gonna get it, but no.
But if anybody can do it, man, this
Damian,
dude right here, he'll get into the finals though, man. Unless this, because I mean, it's like to get down to like the final 2 or final 3. He missing now, boy. But I don't see how in the world Karl Anthony Towns, man, was winning this thing. That's just flat out crazy. All right.
Oh, boy, we got a 4-way tie, boy.
Okay, cool.
But he came through in the clutch, boy.
All right, Robert Brown said they need to add Rock and Rollins and make it a 4-way. For the goal.
Rock don't need to be in it,
man.
Robert
Brown, we talked about that too, man. For these 4-way, 3-ways, it seemed like the wrestling world is inundated with that, man. It's like they just, wow, let's make it a 3-way, 4-way. Let's make it a 12. And hey, I didn't watch Rampage. In Rampage, you know there was a 12-way on there this weekend. I mean Friday. I mean, I know it came on earlier or whatever. I will check that out and review it tomorrow. But yeah, they were saying that on Wednesday. Let's have a 12-way. I'm like, man, Adam Pearce must have doggone up. Look this thing, man, because that is. I said, wow, and that's gonna be the team of who is that? Daddy? No, not Daddy. The Ass Boys, and who is that? Who is the other team?
Who you talking about?
In AEW,
Bullet Club,
the rapper on it, the Claim.
Oh, the Claim.
The Claim, and the Ass Boys, or whatever they calling themselves now. I forgot.
They in Bullet Club, man. They in Bullet Club Gold, man.
Yeah, Bullet Club Gold, but they call themselves something different now with their Claim. Anybody get that? Please let me know. Anybody got that name? I forgot what they called it, but it's a crew now. And those 6 are gonna take on 6 other guys, man. They supposed to yesterday on Rampage.
Well, I can't watch them.
Yeah,
I can't.
Well, I'm gonna watch it, man. It's only an hour, man. I can get through it.
Boy, it's gonna be an hour of your life you'll never get back, boy.
Man, you're a trip. All right, Felton Neely says under those grounds, and my man Pedro said it's time for Cody Rhodes. Period. Yeah, I'm with you, Pedro.
Yeah, because if you don't get it, if you don't get it this year, man, it ain't no hope.
Yeah, and if he don't get it this year, it's gonna be bad. I think it's gonna be bad. I think it will backfire. And look, I think if Vince was in charge, I definitely think Cody would get it. But with this uncertainty that we have going on, from what I understand, Triple H don't have no power, man. He doesn't have power outside of they just made him, head of creative. He really don't have power. And I don't know how much power that Rock yields outside of his name. All right, there's Trey, man. And we know Trey can shoot. Trey was supposed to be next Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry. So let's see what
Trey Young look like a used Q-tip, man.
He does, man. He does. I like to say I don't like the way he looks or whatever, but he gets the job done.
His hair, man, he look like a used Q-tip, man.
Look, he wouldn't have made it in the NBA years ago, Chris. Back when we was growing up, he wouldn't have made it. There's no way. But hey, now they really don't play the defense, the type of defense that's gonna hold him down. All right, man. Robert Brown says the Roman versus Rock is what's best for business.
How, man?
Robert wanted them to do business, man.
They got Gail King out there. Gail King out there in the crowd.
Oh gosh, man.
Sitting next to Guy Ferretti or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Look, she gonna get floor seats, man. She got that show with Chuck, man, with Charles Barkley over there on CNN. I think it's still going. I'm not sure. But, I don't watch it because it's kind of boring. I mean, Charles Barkley not a boring person. It takes a lot to get that thing, make Charles Barkley boring. But oh, man, it's just not a great show. But, yeah, she is. She's on that floor, man. All right. Black Rain says fans not going anywhere. It's like women who watch Young and the Restless. Well, Black Rain 7920, you can say that. I mean, we can all say that. But, hey, the evidence have proven us wrong because year after year, wrestling fans have left in droves, man. They've left in droves. Within the last 10 years, there's been like 12 million wrestling fans just disappeared somewhere. So you know, we can't sit here and say that. Even when we started this show, between Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, they was drawing about 5.3 million fans on TV. But guess what they're drawing now? Between 4.5 and 4.7 million fans on TV. So those
the net ain't moving, Harry. The net ain't moving.
Carl Anthony Towns, boy, been lighting it up, boy. He must have been practicing a good
bit. The net ain't moving.
This talk, man. This is a 7-footer, man. Popping them shots like that. You know basketball done changed when 7-footers can step out that deep, man, and shoot. Of course, we know Kevin Durant can do that. But it's so many of them can step out and shoot like that. I didn't know Carl Anthony Towns. I've been watching him since Kentucky, man, can shoot like that. I haven't really seen him that much in the NBA lately. I see him every now and then. But yeah, he got a great average, man. For the last few years. This joker, man. Woo! All right. But Black Rain, yeah, man. Yeah, that fan going anywhere. I wouldn't say that too quick. I really wouldn't, brother. But hey, man, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just telling you, man. When I look at the fan base of AEW and AEW too, they was drawing you know, anywhere from 900,000 to 1.2 million every week on Dynamite for a while there. You know, hey, we know where is that now? They bust their tail to get to 800,000, and that's because they'll come on doing the lead in before Big Bang Theory is over. They come in on that, and then they'll have a 10 or 15 minute run over, and people, you know, they'll do that surprisingly. So the people that's waiting for that next show to come on, they go and tune in, and they add that to the average. But they doing like 700 and something thousand, man. I guarantee you, a week. And then you got Collision that might do anywhere from 200 to 400,000, and the same thing for Rampage. So you have probably about AEW probably averaging almost 1.5 million. And so you had that 1.5 million that's watching their shows a week to that 4.7 million, 4.8 million. Then you have 5.8. You have 6.2 million people, 6.2 million views watching it when there was 25 to 27 million that was watching on TV 25 years ago. So
Trey Halliburton out.
Okay, so you tell me, brother. You tell me. I mean, so we can't say the fans are not going anywhere. And yes, I know that we have streaming today. We have so many different things. People watching, you know, watch clips on their phone and everything. But I guarantee you this: wrestling fans, for the most part, sit down and watch wrestling on their TV sets. They do. They just do. Straight up. Mm-hmm. Straight up. About every wrestling fan I know, even though they watch streaming, you know, they might watch it on Hulu or something like that, but they sit down and watch it in front of their TVs. So, and I think, yeah, they done added all that streaming stuff into the Nielsen rating. So there's no excuse there. So, yeah, we can't say that, man. We cannot sit here and say that the fans are not going anywhere. They will still be around because they will watch. They'll watch clips. They'll watch video things on YouTube and on X and everything like that because we know they get record numbers of that. I mean, it's even bigger than the NFL. That's what's funny about it. So what that tells us, right, Chris? There's casuals out there. Big time. Casuals. But you know, hey, they turn on the TV and they say, no. Felt nearly says, and then they have added The Rock. My man Robert Brown says the thoughts on the Sammy Guevara Jeff Hardy situation, man.
Look, man. Accidents happen, man.
Yeah,
and Sammy was off, and he ended up kneeing Jeff in the face, man. Mm-hmm. And they basically just got in their feelings and whatever, man. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, come on, man. You ain't out there pillow fighting, man. Get over it, man. I mean, just.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that. All right, Pedro says, hell, not Roman versus The Rock.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want that, but
I mean, that's what everybody was talking about.
Last year it would have worked.
Exactly. And look, I was for that for a long time, but man, Cody his momentum has just been great, and either way it go, he's the future of wrestling. He is the future straight up. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And you know what? I'm with my man. I'm with you to a certain point, Black Rain 7920. wrestling fans are loyal, man. Very loyal.
Oh, yeah.
The ones that they
Extremely.
have that we have now are very loyal, and that's why WWE is making record profits. It's outside of everything costs way more than it did back in the day. But these wrestling fans that we have today, very loyal, and they are the ones who's willing to spend the money. They spend a lot of money on merchandise and everything like that.
Yeah.
So they have made wrestling very profitable as far as the WWE. They have. So, all right, Phil Neely says, bang, bang, Bullet Club. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. All right, Pedro says, you mean Goldberg to The Rock? I mean, Goldberg versus The Rock. Wow, that would be flat out crazy there, man. It really would. All right, Pedro says, Pedro Perez, Goldberg versus Rock match sucked. Versus the Rock match sucked. That was a while back, man. I remember that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
No.
All right, let's see. Robert Brown says, if Gail King out there, somebody gonna start crying. Oh snap. Chris, now if you see a Facebook user, because I'm gonna go to YouTube, let me know. All right, Black Rain, my man Black Rain says that's because it's a million cable channels. Exactly, Black Rain. It sure is. And that right there, that was one of the first things that took people away from wrestling before we really had the social media stuff. And really, I mean, we had computers come up even when cable was really dominating.
Yeah.
People could go on computers, but there's a lot of cable channels, so things not going right on TV. Hey, you can change the channel, man. You can change it. Be like, I'm not gonna watch this. No doubt about that, Black Rain. I'm with you on that. All right, Robert Brown, what year y'all started this YouTube channel? We started in 2021, man. June 2021.
Yep.
Let's see. In the middle of June, I think basically the last 10 days of June. I think it was June 20th, 2021, or June 22nd, or something like that. But yeah, that's when we started it. Robert Brown says Pedro Perez, Cody out, elite Kenny Omega, and the Bucks. But do Rock out elites Cody by billions? Huh? Yeah.
I think he's saying, does he make more money than Cody? Good God, yes.
Yeah, no doubt. Way more, man. With his contract.
Just endorsements alone. Bro,
yeah, exactly. Cody, man. Exactly. No doubt, man. There are people call him up for a commercial, and they'll pay him more for one commercial than what Cody makes in a whole year with WWE.
Exactly.
So yeah, easily. All right, Pedro Perez, Robert Brown. The world wants to see Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Period. Yes, they do, Pedro. They do. That's what the wrestling world, not just the WWE universe, people that's in the wrestling community, people that's AEW fans, been wanting to see that. People have been clamoring for that, and that's why they turned on Rock so much. Because usually they wouldn't do anything like that. And yes, Rock had a blistering promo yesterday. Man. Blistering. He was Rock. He was 1998's Rock, man. He was devastating. He was great. He was devastating.
Yeah, he was going back on him, boy.
He was hot. He was hot. But he went back. He wrote that thing. Now he was put on the spot. He was put on the spot, man, doing that press conference. He really was. But I do think they had a plan B. But I still think Rock was shocked the way the fans reacted to him. I could tell that. You could tell that he was shocked, he was stunned. He was like, okay, we're going to have to go with this plan B. But dang, man, I didn't really expect that. And you know what? Some of the things, man, when he did his promo yesterday, a lot of some things sound personal, man. It's like, wow, that he's really feeling it. Even though I think he's happy for Cody, but I think Rock is like, I think he's sitting there thinking like, man, I've been away too long. These fans are, they got a different perspective. And we do. We have a whole different set of fans. We do, Chris. And I mean, they're not gonna pop for Ric Flair. They're just not. They're not gonna pop if Hulk Hogan come out there. They might pop the first time. For Flair and people like that. But they're not going to, for an old school wrestler.
Well, he missing it now, boy. He off now, boy.
Yeah, he is.
He getting tired, boy.
And they call Anthony Towns, but yeah, and it takes hard, man, for a guy that big to be breathing, shooting them long jumpers. It takes a lot more. It really does. Man. It's like a fighter, man. It's like a fighter, a boxer, something like that. The bigger you are, the more energy it takes to throw your punches. So, yeah, that's what's getting him, man. Straight up. All right. Robert Brown. Yeah, okay, Robert Brown. Got you. My man, Black Rain 7920. Back then in the 90s, you had a lot of casuals. They have gone away. Exactly, Black Rain. They have, and it's a shame, man. And you know what? We looking at people like The Rock and hope that The Rock could bring them back. Yeah. But you know what? You know what the casuals know? They know Rock is not a full-time wrestler. They know that.
Of course they know that.
So they're not gonna, the casuals, they're not gonna take their time and put it with. They're not gonna put it into wrestling because they know they're not gonna see The Rock back in wrestling full-time. They know they're not gonna see Cena back in wrestling full-time. You'll have a few hundred of them, and it happens every time. A few 100,000 come back and watch it because Rock is involved, the John Cena or somebody like that. Even if Batista came back, you will have a certain amount of wrestling fans come back to watch it. But they are smart enough with all the internet and everything they see in Hollywood, because like you said, so many channels, Black Rain, so many cable channels, so many. Hulu's got its own. They run their own movie channels, make their own movies. Mm-hmm. Amazon make their own movies. Netflix make their own movies. So many different entities out there making their own movies, not just in Hollywood. You got the streaming service make their own anything. You make their own movies that these guys are constantly in demand. I mean, there's dozens of movies that we haven't even seen of The Rock and John Cena. Lots of them. Because there's always people asking, giving them different roles. So we're not going to see these guys full time. And that's the reason I think if Roman's successful, if he's a decent actor, he's going to be successful. He's going to work in a lot of movies. And I think Cody might go that way too. But Cody might end up working in being on the executive board. And I think he will like that a little bit more, especially his wife. I think she would want him to stay close to stay in one area, but she's going to go where the money goes. That's what she's going to want. But a lot of these wrestlers have a big opportunity in Hollywood. They really do. And when it boils down to it, it hurts wrestling. It really does. All right, man. Let's see. Robert Brown, I agree, Brother Perez, but not 101. Okay. So okay. You agree, Pedro. You agree, Robert, that they need to get it done. That it's Cody's time, but you don't want him in there a 1-on-1 to contest man to man. So that don't make no. Man, he won't. What he want, a Royal Rumble for the title? Pretty much, bro. Pretty much, and you know what? That diminished the title, if you ask me. It really does. Yeah. Because look, if he wins it in the 4-way, why in the world would we want to see? Because this Roman thing, if he goes into that and have a great match, and say Roman, he's working in Hollywood a little bit, but he's still basically almost a full-time wrestler. And him and Cody, that thing can go on for a good while, because I think I think those two will put on a great match. The way Cody's style is and the way Roman's style is, Cody is more of a wrestler, but Roman knows enough, and the way he performs in the ring will look good with Cody's style. I think they will put together a great match come WrestleMania. I'd definitely rather see that than the 4-way. Boy, Damian Lillard, what are you doing, Chris? How's the score?
Nothing, boy. 18.
16. Okay.
19, 20, 22.
Okay. Mine's behind. I'm behind.
Oh, 24.
Yeah, 20. Okay.
24.
All right. Okay. Damian. Dang, boy. Yeah, Damian had to be one of the favorites. All right.
Oh, he got it, but 26.
Casual and hardcore fans built pro wrestling. Exactly. That's true. There's no doubt about that. But, as far as wrestling, man, you had, as far as your casuals, you had so many wrestling fans. I mean, when it boiled down to it, Chris, and this is something that, I hate to say this. I hate saying this. But boxing, even though boxing has a lot of casual fans, back in the day, boxing fans, casual fans had nothing on casual wrestling fans. A casual wrestling fan could come from anywhere back in the day. Yeah. Anywhere. It could be a person, like I say, come in and see your mom, friends of your mom, friends of your parents. Come walking through your house. Don't care nothing about wrestling. But you're sitting there with your friends, y'all sitting there in the living room, y'all playing around or whatever, back in the day, Chris, the big stereo system like your grandfather had, and they get the stereo there. Some people had those big stereo systems with the TV in the middle of it, or a lot of people had 1 or 2 TVs back then. TV and a big TV in the living room, the big floor model.
Yeah.
You had one of those. We just threw away when your mom passed away. One of those big floor model TVs. You got your friends that was out playing with you. Everybody comes in to watch wrestling. Your parents, friends come over. Really don't like wrestling. They come through. They see Ric Flair on TV. I don't like that guy. He got a big mouth. Tell me when he comes into the auditorium. I'm going to see that. I'm going to be there because I want to see that guy get his ass kicked because he's got a big mouth. Used to say the same thing. Roddy Piper. They come through. I can't stand him. And this when he was a heel. I can't stand him. Back in the 79, 80, when I was in, elementary school, middle school. They used to come through, same thing with him. Let me know when he's coming to Greenville. I want to see him. I'm going. My uncles and stuff like that couldn't stand wrestling. I'm going.
Yeah.
I want to see this guy get busted upside the damn head. Man, it was crazy. It was crazy. And you will have so many fans. I mean, people, business people and things like that, man. People would come in they would have their suits on, Chris, coming from the office. People that was phone operators and stuff like that. Back in the day, they would come straight from work. I was just in time to make the matches. Don't know who the wrestlers are for the most part, but they knew the villains. They knew the big time villains. They knew Ric Flair. They knew Roddy Piper. They knew Ole Anderson. Ole Anderson, remember like I say, he got stabbed 30, when I was over there one night in Greenville. He got stabbed 33 times. And he probably really wasn't a fan. Ole Anderson used to get on TV every week. He used to challenge people.
Step shooting against that girl next.
Okay, cool. I gotta watch that, guys. We will be talking about that. Steph and Sabrina in that school. I used to love watching her in college. Now I don't watch the WNBA.
I ain't never heard of her.
But man, I tell you, but she's a shooter, man. She's a shooter. Let's see. And then Ole Anderson would get on TV every Saturday, guys. He would be like, I know all you guys out there telling your girlfriends, telling your wives, we can beat them Anderson brothers, man. But you just come on down. He was always challenging people. Come on down and step in that ring. But he will always challenge people. And people will go there, construction workers and things like that, wanting to kill this dude. He get stabbed, get jumped on. These guys, man, wrestlers used to have to fight, come out there, all the bad guys that have to fight their way back to the dressing room, protecting guys like him, Blackjack Mulligan, and things like that. Wrestling, like I said, wrestling had so many fans that will pay money because of that heat, heat. And it was heat to the casual fans. People, like I say, that was casual fans that didn't even mean to be casual fans.
Yeah.
So appreciate that comment, Hill Carmichael, no doubt. All right, Robert Brown, Pedro Perez, what's best for business? Is a 4-way featuring Rock.
Man, come on, stop that, Robert. Man, stop that.
Man, Robert, my man Lafayette, Indiana's not gonna get off of that, Chris. He's not
man. If you want that match, you better play it in a video game on 2K24 or something.
No doubt, man. I hope that.
Unfortunately, that ain't gonna happen.
I'm hoping it don't happen. We really hoping that doesn't happen. We definitely don't need it. But man, hey, who knows? If it does, and if it does, I just think it's gonna backfire straight up.
Robert Brown, HBT, did you look up Michael Elgin?
Michael Elgin?
Yeah.
No, I have not. Thank you, Robert, for reminding me of that, man. I definitely will do that. Will do that.
But a little tired, but okay. Hill Carmichael said, hopefully Cody can take the title away from Roman, but The Rock and Roman together, I do see them being tag team champions.
Yeah. Look, man, if that happens, look, Hill, and that's what I'm talking about. That's hope. Wrestling fans are hoping. I'm going back to this hope. When we see people like The Rock, we see Cena, it brings us, it flashes back to that nostalgia. We flash back, man, and we think back to the day when we was a little bit younger, and wrestling was just great. And we like, if we can just get a smidgen of what was going on back in 98, 2000 with The Rock, we can get a little bit of that. We can get a little bit of that. John Cena from 2004.
You got some of that Friday night.
Well, that's true. We got a little bit of that, but I'm saying we don't. Most wrestling fans, they don't just want that, Chris. They're hoping for a little bit more. They hoping that it goes on and on. but we know it doesn't go on and on because hey, they go back to Hollywood. That's what they do. And
you
then
gotta go back to the money, man. You gotta go back to the money, man. You gotta go back to the money.
Exactly. We're not gonna want that with Ric Flair or anybody like that. But that's the reason why Terry Funk was so popular, man. Because Terry Funk, even though, like you said, you didn't know the Terry Funk that before the hardcore era. You really didn't know him. I did. So the whole thing about Terry Funk, he had those hardcore fans, and he had those fans who saw him back in the late 60s and the 70s and the 80s who knew him as a pure wrestler, like a Terry Funk or whatever. He's always been a hardcore wrestler. I'm talking about a tough, rugged wrestler. But he, the wrestler without all the brutality. I mean, remember Cactus Jack, when he started off, he didn't do all that. He didn't do all of that in WCW. He got more hardcore as it went. I say the last year and a half he was in WCW is when he really got into the hardcore stuff, and then he got even more harder when he went up to ECW. Well, went to WWE. Yeah. Fans, man, they clamor for that, and that's the reason why George Soft he's still a draw here on the indie scene and stuff like that, because you clamor for the things that they used to do, and you be like, wow, if I can just get a little bit of that made me so proud, made me made my day and made my life feel so good, worth something. They are gonna go and grab, and they're gonna reach for that. But wrestling now has a new hero. They have Cody Rhodes, and they do not want anybody to disturb that. Not even The Rock. For a lot of fans, they don't even want The Rock to disturb that. All right, this thing about to go down, Chris.
Yeah, boy.
All right. Let's see.
Hit 25 out of 26 and set the record. Tonight, they go head to head.
Should be a good one, man.
And Sabrina. Now, let's meet our competitors.
All right, my man Pedro Perez says, best for business, Cody Rhodes versus The Rock, period. Cody Rhodes is the future and The Rock is the past. My man Robert Brown says, I agree, Pedro Perez, but Cody ain't on The Rock's level. Brock might embrace Cody, but The Rock versus Cody one-on-one. And I guess you're saying idiots, Robert. I don't know. Look, Robert, man, how do we know? We don't know how The Rock's going to perform right now.
Exactly, man.
So it's kind of hard for you to say that Cody's not on his level. And I hate to say this to you, man. Look, I love The Rock, love him performing in the ring, but that's what he was. He was a performer, man. I mean, they all performers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying he was a great performer in the ring. I'm not going to sit here and say he was one of the greatest wrestlers. I would never put him in the top 15. But as far as performers, he's one of the greatest performers of all time, and probably deserved to be on Mount Rushmore because of it. But as far as him as a wrestler, I'm not going to sit here and automatically say he was a better wrestler than Cody Rhodes. I can't say that. So, I mean, that's kind of crazy to say he's not on his level, because I think he is. Cody, I mean, as far as those two, I'm going back to Rock's prime. They wrestle close. I mean, their level is pretty close, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Let's see, but Rock definitely, man. As far as a performer, not many people can outperform Rock as far as in the wrestling ring or on the mic. I mean, this guy Flair and Dusty Rhodes are level, and Roddy Piper's level when it comes to mic work. And as far as in-ring work, he's on their level too. He's able to entertain the fans. He's a great entertainer, man. But yeah, I just don't know about all that. Cody's not on his level. But this is going to be a good game, man. I mean, not a good game.
Well, it's a good game. Yeah, it is, man.
You know what? She's only like 24, 25. She's young.
Oh, wow.
She's been out of college for a couple years. She could beat Steph, man. She could beat Steph. Because Steph's 35. So, and the older you get, you lose some of that shooting touch. You just do. Even though he's still scoring 25, 27 points a game, something like that. But you lose some of that shooting touch. All right, Sabrina, let's see what you can do. And if I was Steph, I wouldn't have no doggone. I hope Steph don't have no pity on her at all.
Yeah.
All right. Best for business.
That regular little belt. I could have made a cardboard belt look better than that, boy.
Yeah, All right, Pedro Perez says best for business is The Rock goes back to Fast and Furious movies.
Oh
Right,
my
Pedro.
God! Boy.
All right, Robert Brown, Pedro Perez, they need to drop Fast and Furious. It's too redundant. It's so many of them. So many of them. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's 10 of them, but 10 of them total.
Okay. I've seen 8, I think.
I
All right,
seen all
Pedro
10.
Perez. How many you seen?
All 10.
Wow, I haven't seen all 10 of them. Pedro Perez. So as The Rock going back to WWE, I don't know. All right, Black Rain 7920 says Dame Dollar. So did Dame win that one?
Yeah, Dame won the championship on that.
Yeah, I turned my head away from it and been talking. All right, cool. Dame, man, I'm not shocked. That's what I thought. Now he had to be the favorite in that. All right, Pedro Perez says the only thing The Rock can help WWE is Roman Reigns, how to use the mic and electricity, his charisma and character. Roman Reigns doesn't have charisma at all. Paul Heyman and Bloodline is helping. Well, they are helping, man, but I think Roman has done stepped into his own, Pedro. I think he done stepped into his own. Now, can he go out there and do it by himself, stand up by himself? I'm not sure. How that would look. I'm really not. Because, the Bloodline does help that alone. It makes it special, man. All right, Sabrina up here shooting. Okay, they shooting at the same time. Oh, they practicing. That's just a practice run.
It's practice run, man.
Okay. I figure they're going to let them shoot one at a time. All right. Yeah, I don't see no scoring.
Yeah, it's all practice stuff, man.
Okay. Yeah, there ain't no scoring on that. But Sabrina busting them, boy. I just don't know about this, Chris. But yeah, appreciate everybody coming in, rocking with Straight Up Wrestling Show. My man Pedro Perez, my man Black Rain 7920, my man Robert Brown, my man Hill Carmichael. We haven't really talked to Hill that much lately. All right, let's see.
My man,
Felton Neely.
Yeah, Felton, my man Felton.
Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, here, man.
Yeah, appreciate. Okay.
Yeah, and that's it right now, man.
All right. Yeah, appreciate all our new subscribers and everything like that. Hey, we pretty much we right on it, Chris. Almost about to run this deadline up. If I don't know if you looked at our account, but hey, we definitely appreciate that, guys. We're climbing, and we definitely appreciate you coming in, rocking with Straight Up Wrestling family. Everybody who has joined, who have become friends of the Straight Up Wrestling family, because hey, we call you friends more than we do fans. And hey, when you become a fan of the Straight Up Wrestling family, a friend of the Straight Up Wrestling family, we definitely get to all the comments, guys. That's one thing that Chris and I do. If not, we always have somebody in the family that reminds us to look at somebody's comment that we missed, or they remind us of the comments that they had that we missed. And we go back. We try to always go back and look at those comments. And guys, come check us out. Sometimes we have visitors on here and things like that. And sometimes we'll put out a link. We'll let anybody come on and talk with us. But yes, we definitely appreciate everybody, man, out here in the community, welcoming us as far as in the wrestling community, man. And we try to give you guys the best content, especially we do mostly lives, but we give you guys the best comment possible. And we try to keep everything fair and
Here we go. Here we go, boy. Here we go.
All right. About to go down, guys. Like I said, we are talking a little bit about this NBA, but we will be talking about wrestling more. We're going to continue to talk about wrestling, but we are going to watch some of this NBA shootout and some of this and some of the Jam Fest, guys, when they get up there, the Fire Slammer Pajama. See what's going down. Well, Sabrina, boy, she buzzing, boy. Yeah, she can shoot, man. This girl can shoot.
She missed it, boy. She missed it.
Yeah.
She missed it, boy.
But that's not a spot, boy. Oh, that's good. But Steph Curry, yeah. Now, Steph, don't you take it easy. Well, that's hard, but shooting from that top of the key, boy. Behind the top of the key. I tell you. Oh, boy. Oh, snap.
She off now.
Well, she nailed a couple of them there. At the top of the key, boy. Woo! Well, I used to hate shooting from the top of the key. I was a great outside shooter, but shooting from the top of the key. Oh, boy, that's not good. She won't kill it when she get to the side over there. All right, Sabrina, let's see you knock him down.
Well, 26 been a magic number for all the three-pointers tonight, man.
Uh-huh. Boy, she is yoking them, boy. 26, that's what you got.
26 is a magic number, boy.
Yeah, I was behind you, man. I was behind you. All right, here comes Steph Curry, Stephon.
But hey, but his daddy was your man, boy. Old Dale Curry.
But
That was Harry's man.
Dale was a player, boy. He used to piss me off, boy. Well, like I said, he played with the Hornets, man. But he used to piss me off. I mean,
what Dale do to you, man? What did?
Nah, when he wasn't playing for my team, he pissed me off. That joker can shoot, boy. He can ruin your dang on night, boy. All right, Pedro, no doubt, man. Thank you, Harry Taylor, for listening now. All right, Robert Brown, they should have had Sami Zayn win the Royal Rumble and win the belt from Reigns last year. They could have. Man, they could have, but I don't. Sense, man. I don't think that would have. I don't know how long that would have worked out. But Sammy was hot. He was hot, man. I will say that, Robert.
Tell me, the vibe in this building right now, with the fans here, with the adrenaline going, how was it to navigate that?
Now, if Steph, man, if he don't win this thing, man, you know he messing around, Chris. I hate to say that.
This is the last time we do this. All right, 26. Call it with 27 to win. You know what? Yeah. 26 is a great number.
Well, Sabrina boy, she was yoking him, Chris.
Yes, you were, boy.
All right. Mr. Curry, boy, Mr. Curry up.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
Oh, step, boy, step.
Okay, yeah, you in front of me. Oh, come on now.
Yeah, this thing over with, boy. This thing over with, boy. Step down. Yeah, step down, boy. Step down.
He eating it up, boy. He eating it up.
Man, step down, boy.
Goodness sakes.
Step down, boy. He need to retire for this, boy. he don't need to come back, boy. He don't need to play no more this season, boy. Yeah, step down, boy. He did, boy. Step just need to go back and chill and eat Aisha's cooking, boy. Okay, he better hit every last one from here on out.
Yeah, I think
every last one.
He got to. Goodness sake.
Oh, he got it. He got it.
With, man.
He got it.
Yeah, this thing ain't over with, boy. God damn,
Aisha Curry, boy.
Yeah, it's over with. That thing's over with.
Well, he would get mad at me, but he want me to shut up.
I didn't know what was gonna happen, boy. That's Sabrina. That was good. That was a good little competition there. I like that. Yeah,
I want to see these no name dunkers.
Yeah, they're gonna be coming out, boy. They're gonna be coming out. Bring them out.
But them no names, boy. I'm like, who is this? Who is that? Where he come from?
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, man, there's no doubt. You know, the fans, wrestling fans today, from what me and Chris have saw, and I'm talking about all the indie promotions that we go to, watching AEW for over the last 2.5 years, watching WWE, even WWE, even though WWE pretty much for the last year or so, a little bit over a year, been very strong. Man, we are still hoping. We are still hoping for that, you know, especially us fans up in our late, you know, I say 40 and up to, you know, 40 and up. We are looking for what we saw back in the day, man. What we saw, you know, in the Attitude Era, a little bit before the Attitude Era, you know, in the 90s, and, you know, going back to the 80s, and some wrestling fans like my age, you know, going back into the 70s. You know, I was a kid in the 70s, and, you know, a kid in the 80s too, but a teenager in the 80s too. So I'm looking for that, man. That's what made me become a huge wrestling fan. That right there is what grabbed my attention. It's kind of like when you first heard rap music. You know, what was the first rap song that you heard that really sparked your interest? You was just like, wow, man, this is incredible. This type of music that I, you know, that I really want to get into. What was that one thing that captured your attention that you wouldn't turn away from? And that's what we want as wrestling fans now. That's the reason why we come back and forth, and we hope we hang on to a story like the Bloodline story, because we hadn't saw anything like that in 20 years, and we gravitated towards it, and we had that hope, like, just give us some more, and then they pretty much killed it when Jimmy and Jay broke up. It pretty much died.
Yeah,
and then we hung on to that Judgment Day thing, and then they made the Judgment Day. I hate to say it, even though I love R-Truth, it was really good. really good, but now it's getting to the point where it's just silliness. It's just silly when it boils down to it. But I kind of got into the silly part of it with R-Truth, but then they decided to kick R-Truth out of it, which they was kicking him out all the time. But now they pretty much say, okay, this is the execution. They got rid of him. And so now we're looking at the storylines and say, where do we go from here? Now we're back to that bloodline thing. And one thing I said about this a few podcasts back, me and Chris were talking about this. We said, look, they was on the bloodline. They stuck close to the bloodline. Forgot about everything else. Did the same thing with Judgment Day. We can't do this. Rhea Ripley was so caught up in that bloodline story, man. They didn't even have her defending her title. You know, she was just the leader of the bloodline. So that's one thing. That's one of the problems that we're getting into right now with wrestling. That didn't used to happen back in the day. When there was a great storyline going on, Hogan had a great storyline going on. Roddy Piper had a great storyline going on. Randy Savage had a great storyline going on. Hacksaw Jim Duggan had a great storyline going on. You know, hey, then you go over to the NWA. Ric Flair had a great storyline going on where sometimes he would be going up against Sting. He'll have a great storyline going up against, Ricky Morton, because he used to pick on him about, you know, the teeny boppers and stuff. And he'll have a storyline going on with Hulk, because Hulk was the Road Warriors were so big, he wanted to challenge Hulk. And him and Hulk was going at it, even though his hottest feud was with Sting. You had back then, man, you would have Lex Luger in a storyline. Lex Luger was in the storyline, you know, at the same time that Ric Flair was in those storylines. Lex Luger was in a storyline against Tully Blanchard. Then you have Barry Windham in a storyline, man. He's defending against Ronnie Garvin and stuff like that. So you had so many great things going on. And then not to mention the tag teams, because tag teams were loaded back then. But, man, so many great things. But that's what we're hoping for as fans. We are hoping, we are reaching, we're hoping that wrestling turn back to not turn back to yesteryear, not go back to that style or whatever, but we are hoping for those type of storylines. We're hoping for that type of drama to captivate us again. And you know what? We're not getting it, but that starvation is there. It's like going to your favorite. It's like going to Subway. Let's just go and put Subway because it's so big. You go on the Subway and they make you a sandwich. Okay, mayonnaise in the sauce. Hey, we got to have mayo on our sandwiches. It's like me and Chris going up there and telling them to make us a ham, turkey and roast beef sandwich, an ultimate. That's what they call it at Publix, ultimate sub. And you know what? They say, hey, we out of mayo.
I ain't eating no dry sandwich, boy.
Okay, but they say they're out of mayo. Okay, so, you know, they already made the sandwich up, and that's the last thing they about to put on it. We don't have no mayonnaise. So we like, okay, put mustard on it, honey mustard on it or whatever, but it's missing something. We get that sandwich, we eat it. And we know we're fans of mayo. We're ticked off. We eat the sandwich.
Yeah, but we want our mayo.
And then we're like, okay, the next time we go, they're going to have the mayonnaise. We go the next time. We go a week later. They be like, our mayonnaise distributors or, you know, haven't shown up. And then we like, can't you go to the grocery store or whatever? We have the same suppliers as the local grocery stores. Mayo distributor haven't showed up. We get another sandwich.
Be right back here.
Because we're starving. Okay. We starving, getting more sandwiches, another sandwich. It doesn't satisfy you. That's I'm just giving that as a scenario. You're not getting what you want. Wrestling world is starving us. We're not actually getting what we want. That's why you have somebody like Tony Khan who can come every month, every few weeks. Tony Khan, he's got a big announcement. And people tune in for this big announcement because people are hoping for something. They're hoping. But now, as far as wrestlers, as far as promoters, me and Chris, we know, like, we've been to 15 different promotions, doing podcasts, working with those guys, man, doing commentary or whatever. But these promoters are kind of like I'm gonna go ahead and use pastors. I've talked to pastors and stuff like this. This is when I was big in the church, being a music minister, and y'all was a youth minister at one point. And these pastors, they was losing they were losing over half of their congregation. And he was like, hey man, we just got faith. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Asking them, what are they gonna do? Because they wouldn't bring in the new music styles or anything else like that. They wanted to stick with the old hymns and everything to satisfy the older crowd. I'm like, what are you gonna do? It's back when I was in my late 20s. early 30s when I got into the ministry for a while. What are you going to do to bring in that young crowd? Why you going to continue to do this? I'm like, you got to bring people back in. We just got faith that one day the Lord's going to sling the doors open and everybody's just going to come into the church. And you know what? That's what these wrestling promoters out here. They have a hope. They have a hope, and they dream that they're going to open up the doors one day, and all the wrestling fans are just going to run in there. Because you know what? They're not coming up with their own ideas for the most part. And Chris knows this. They're not.
Yeah.
They follow what they see from the WWE.
Speaking of following, boy, here go the slam dunk contest, boy.
All right. But yeah, a lot of that stuff is the same things that we see. And that's one of the problems from the Indies, guys. All right, my man, Black Rain says, they knew she wasn't on Steph's level. Yeah, no doubt about that, Black Rain, 79-20.
Yeah.
Steph shot her out of the building. I'm glad he did. All right, and Black Rain said, today the booking is terrible. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Black Rain. It is.
Well, who is this Joker, boy? This Joker like he should be painting, not dunking no basketball, boy.
And Black Rain, man, that's why, like I said, he got us, man. We're living on hope. We are living on hope. But, man, you know, I have to say, hey, me and Chris, we're one of them. We're right there with you, Black Rain, Pedro Perez, my man Robert Brown. We all in this together, guys. We in this together, man. We must like the way they do business. You know what I'm saying, Chris? We must like the way they do business because, hey, you know what? We listen. We go out. We pay the money. We go to the arenas, and we're hoping, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're hoping that hey, we get that taste. Boy, you and these Sixers, boy. Everything Philadelphia except for the Philadelphia Phillies, man. You're not really a Philadelphia fan if you ain't a fan of the Phillies, man.
Man, come on, man. I ain't trying to be down with Mike Smith.
Man, Mike Smith was my man, boy. I like, man, look, as long as he ain't put that hat on, man, I like it. Okay? Remember that hat, boy? I mean, you wasn't around when they actually used that hat, though. That round hat, boy, with those stripes on. Boy, I used to hate that hat, boy. I used to hate that hat, boy. I hated the Phillies because of that hat, boy. I was like, this is ridiculous, boy.
Well, who your baseball team anyway, boy? Who your baseball team, boy?
Oh, the Dodgers, man. LA Dodgers. And I know you hate them.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say the Atlanta Braves or something, boy.
Oh, no, Atlanta Braves my number one team. They my favorite team. The Los Angeles Dodgers was my favorite for years, though, because I love Steve Garvey. He was my favorite player.
Who?
Steve Garvey, man, one of the greatest players of all time, man. You know who Steve Garvey is?
No, boy, he ain't no better than Derek Jeter, boy. He ain't no great boy if he ain't better than Derek Jeter.
Man, you just never heard of him, man. Him and Reggie Jackson at one time was the best ball players in the league. Him, Reggie Jackson, Pete Rose, and Johnny Bench. You know, those were the men back then. Jim Rice, from Anderson, South Carolina, he played with the Reds too. The Reds were one of my favorite teams at one time too. I like the Braves. I used to like the Braves, but man, they were losing all the time, man. They were awful, man. They were awful when I was growing up, Chris. And I was dragged down there week in and week out.
You couldn't deal with Dale Murphy, boy. You couldn't deal with Dale Murphy, boy.
Well, Dale Murphy was my man, though. I love Dale Murphy. Phil Necro, Dale Murphy, all those guys, man. I used to love them. But, man, they had a horrible team. Dale was the only bright spot. And back then, you couldn't move around in free agency like you can now.
No, boy.
Boy, they owned you, boy. They owned you. But this was before Greenville. You remember we had the Greenville Braves, man, right?
Yeah.
But before we had the Greenville Braves, there was 4,000 to 10,000 fans every week that drove down 85 from Greenville down to Atlanta. We was their biggest fan base outside of people in Atlanta. It was all over the news, man. Greenville was their biggest fan base. So many people from Greenville used to go down there and watch the Atlanta Braves. My mom used to drag us down there every weekend, Chris.
Good Lord, boy.
Unless there was a big wrestling show, if Ric Flair was coming to town because he was a world champ, my mom wouldn't. She'd be like, "Oh, you stay home." She said, because she knew I was a big wrestling fan. She said, "You staying home." She said, "The world champion is going to be here." She used to hear about it before me, man. Well, no, she didn't. I used to be watching the shows, but they used to broadcast the way she heard it because it was on the news, and it was broadcast on local radio. And our friends, my mom used to have friends go. We used to take a van down there all the time, and they would say, "No, you need to stay." They said the world champion gonna be in. They would tell me the world champion is going to be here. But that was big news, man. That was like Muhammad Ali coming into town to them.
The Omni.
But it was like the world champion is going to be in town. That junk was crazy, man. I used to be looking at him like, yeah, I've seen him plenty times before in Greenville.
Well, that just made me mad, boy.
Down there too by myself.
I always had something at the Omni, boy. I'm like, I don't get sick of going to Greenville, boy. I'll never come to Greenville. I was talking about the Omni.
Well, man, when you got older, they did. It was mainly the Omni. They had got bigger, man. They just got really big. Their A shows used to go to the Omni. The A shows, what's the name used to have an A and B show, A, B, and C show. And
we got
Greenville started getting all
boy.
the C shows. I mean, come on, man. The main event at Greenville Auditorium used to be Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant against doggone Piers Watley. I mean, and then you'll have Ric Flair. You'll have the people on the card down at the Omni. You'll have Ric Flair in the main
Dusty
event.
Rose, boy, Magnum TA, Road
against Sting. You'll have Road Warriors against Magnum TA and Dusty Rhodes in the cold main event. You will have the Fabulous Freebirds going up against
the Russians, boy.
Maybe Nikita Koloff and Ivan Koloff in the third match. But that was the A team, and then you'll have up in Richmond, Virginia, the B team will be up there, and it'll be Barry Windham. It'll be Barry Windham versus Lex Luger in the co-main event. The main event will be Dr. Death Steve Williams and Terry Bad Bam Gordy against the Steiners or something like that. But yeah, that's the way he used to split up his roster. He used to have an A team, B team, and C team. That's how big his roster was and how good it was. In Greenville, we would get the shoddy matches, man. It was bad, but it was good. It was good, but
look, got 50 Cent up there, boy. 50 Cent.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the best wrestlers just wasn't there. We would get, George Soft would be like in the third match. He would be in close to the main event. It'd be like George Soft versus Chick Donovan. You'd be like, man, they ripping me off, man.
That's why, man, got Gary Payton a judge, boy. Who else a judge, boy?
Gary Payton a judge. Oh, yeah, Gary Payton, the point guard from the Supersonics. Yeah, okay. And, okay, cool. All right, man. Ray Underwood is in the house, Raymond. I just hope the bloodline doesn't become like the Nation of Domination, but I see it headed that way.
I ain't never seen this dude, bro.
I hope not, Ray. Wow.
Well, who is this dude, bro? Who? Fred Jones. I don't know no Fred Jones.
I don't know no Fred Jones either. Well, I do know Fred Jones, who that is, but
not Fred Jones from the hood. Harry, that Fred Jones on TV. What that Rufus off Freight Train Jones, boy?
Man, you tripping, boy.
Oh, that's Mitch Richmond, boy.
Jones,
it look like it, man. That's Mitch Richmond, boy. That joker look like Rufus, boy.
Goodness sake, boy. Woo!
Who is this old boy? Harry, you know this joke. You got Darryl Hillman.
Oh, Mitch Richmond, shoot, one of the best players of all time, man.
Darryl Hillman. But that's who that boy. That's the man right there. Wilt boy down there.
He wasn't the first. Well, okay, first NBA slam dunk champion. You're gonna say that's Dr. J. Julius Erving, but all right, you know who this is?
Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah, boy, Dominique. Yeah, because what's his name wasn't in the NBA. Well, he was in the NBA, but Dr. J. Julius Erving, but he won that NBA ABA slam dunk contest.
There go Dr. J right there with the hoodie on and the shades.
Is he one of the judges?
No, he's sitting on the sideline right there. Right there behind
yeah, sure is. You know what's name didn't know? Rodnico didn't know who that was, man.
He didn't know who Dr. J was?
Well, I had him on. Well, he was on. I had him on one of the pictures, man, and on the Straight Up Wrestling Show page. And he was with. I forgot. He was with a wrestler. Him and somebody else. Him and
Undertaker girl. And a basketball player and Kevin Hart and Undertaker.
Yeah. And Rodnico said, I know who Kevin Hart is, but I don't know who the lady is, and I don't know who Dr. J is. But yeah, the lady was the girl from Taylor. I forgot her first name. I can't think of her first name right now.
WNBA.
Yeah. Well, she's not WNBA. She's a commentator. Well, she played college ball, but she's used to work for ESPN. Now she works for CBS Sports, I think. But
no, she was a basketball player, man.
What's that?
She was a basketball player.
No, she's not no basketball player, man. That wasn't Leslie.
That wasn't Leslie.
You think she looks like her, but that's definitely not Leslie. That's her last name Taylor, man.
One of your people, boy?
No, man, no. Let's see.
Man, what is Joker about to do, man? This
I
Joker
don't
trying
know,
to jump
man.
over Shaq, boy. Oh, Lord have mercy. He gonna kill himself.
Oh, Maria Taylor. Yeah, that's Maria Taylor. She works for.
Man, this Joker jumped over Shaq, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. Oh, wow. She works for NBC Sports. Can you see her?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she works for NBC Sports. She's tall, so you would think she's a basketball player.
Look at
But
this,
no.
man. This Joker dunking over Shaq, boy.
Yeah, I see that. Who is this dude, man?
I don't know. He look like he should be painting a Picasso or something somewhere, boy.
I know, and I know this little joke over there with that ball, man, is not going to be dunking. I don't know, man. For some reason, these white boys can sky now, boy. A lot of these white boys can sky. Let's see. And that's not saying anything bad, you know. Like I say, hey, it doesn't matter, man. Everybody can jump, but man, these white boys today. I mean, we had a few back when I was growing up too, Chris. That was like 5'10", 5'9", that could dunk like crazy. But man, you got a lot of them. They get up. They get up.
Oh, that little Joker, man. God dog, they got 48 points.
48 points. That's pretty good. But yeah, jumping over Shaq ain't no joke. All right, Ray Underwood says, "Hey Harry, did you notice yesterday that your girl Tiffany was having problems with her top yesterday during the match? She flashed the crowd really quick. Wow, I wish I was in the crowd. I wish I was right front row to see that, man. Black Rain 7920. He Hispanic, play for Miami. Okay, Hispanic dude. Okay, cool. Thanks, Black Rain 7920.
Okay.
Thanks. I don't. What's his name? If I know his name, I would know who it is.
I don't know him. I ain't never seen none of these.
Oh yeah, yeah, Jaquez, yeah.
Jaquez, the single boy. The single.
No, man.
I don't know none of these jokers, boy.
I don't know every one of them, man, because like I said, I'm not into basketball like it used to be. We don't have time to watch basketball no more.
But like I said, if it ain't got nothing to do with the Sixers, boy, I don't care. Boy, they just got on bell bottoms, man.
Yeah, you always watching them Sixers, boy. You know that team.
Yeah, this joke got on bell bottoms. What do you think this is? 1964?
I used to know every ball player, man. Because I had stepped away from wrestling, man. But now wrestling just demands, if you're a podcaster or whatever, or you do what me and Chris do.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord have mercy. That was a good one, boy.
You do what we do, you got to be in tune.
That was all right, man.
Goodness sake, man.
That was all right.
I guarantee you won't get a high score on it.
Now, if he could have had a little bit more room back and would have went through the legs, that would have been really impressive.
Nah, that's not a great dunk, man. That was a good dunk. Now, for me and you, that would have been an outstanding dunk. Now, especially me, because I can't get up nowhere near that no more.
I know I
don't even know if I can hit the net anymore, man.
Not with this bad leg, I can't hardly jump at all.
Man, I used to be up there, boy. I used to get up, but not a lot like that no more. 47, 48, 48, 48, 48. Oh, okay, he did probably about 40. Oh, he beat Jaquez, man.
He
That's
beat
pretty
the
good.
single,
I'm shocked that he got that.
He beat the single, but he beat the RB King, boy.
Yeah. All right, my man Ray Underwood said, Harry, do you and Chris think AOP is doing a lot better this time around? To me, they are looking really good, right? Chris,
I don't know, man. They go in NXT. They were hell, but in NXT,
yeah, they were. They look sluggish. You ask me, Ray. They look sluggish.
Now, see, if you'd have did something like that, jumping over my man. If you'd have did something like that here,
yeah,
I got you.
I hear you. But yeah, they're kind of sluggish when it boils down to it, Ray. I like this. Who just dunked that? Which one?
Top. Jaylen Brown from Boston, boy.
Oh, Jaylen Brown can get up, boy. Jaylen can get up. Jaylen's getting up there in age, though. But Jaylen's a pretty good dunker, man.
I don't like Jaylen Brown because he's from Boston, boy.
Man, I used to hate Boston. Back
I do
when
too,
Bird played. Now I love Bird. Now I hated Bird back in the day. But I tell you what, man.
But
I
but
appreciate this
I
game
gotta.
more and
But I
more.
want that.
And you know what? And I'm gonna
I
tell
want
you,
that Wilkins jersey, but I'm
gonna tell you exactly why I couldn't stand Larry Bird. Not Larry Bird. I just couldn't stand Boston. Those black shoes. Oh, those shoes used to get on my nerve, man. It made them look like they was playing slow, and they really wasn't. Couldn't stand them, boy. Then I started liking them, man. Especially when our hometown boy Garnett played for him.
What? Oh, we completely missed the dunk, man.
How in the world that? I'm looking at it. How in the world did I miss that dunk?
No, they played the graphics or something stupid, man.
Yeah, okay.
They were playing the graphics and we missed the dunk.
That was a good
average
dunk.
That's average, man.
That's average though. That's what I'm saying. Yes, average. You can't get too creative with these dunks no more, man. Everything's been done. I mean, Vince Carter took it to another level, man.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, come on now. Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan, they did everything, and then Vince Carter.
Hold on. Before them, Spud Webb.
Oh heck yeah, Spud Webb. Well, Spud Webb wasn't. Spud Webb dunked against Dominique, man. He played on Dominique's team.
Yeah, I remember. That was the first celebrity I met was Spud Webb.
Okay, cool. But
he played for the Magic now, but he don't play for the Sixers no more. He play for the Magic now.
Oh, Matt McClure in this thing?
Yeah, boy.
Oh, he gonna win it.
Yeah, he played
Matt won last year. I didn't know he won last year.
Yeah, he played for the Sixers, man.
Oh yeah. But that joker a dunker, boy.
Oh.
Let's see what Matt gonna do. Well, Matt gets up. Boom! Oh, come on, Matt. You missed it. Oh, see, back then, reason Dr. J lost against Larry was because if you missed, you only got 25 points. They didn't give you another chance. Now they give you more than one chance.
He double pumped. He double gripped it, boy.
Oh, I believe that. That joke was serious.
Look what he did, boy. He double gripped it.
Goodness sake, boy.
Did you see what he did with the ball? He double gripped it.
Yeah, I saw that, Chris. Man, he's incredible, man. He's been incredible since high school. Since he was sophomore in high school doing that stuff, man. That guy's incredible.
That joker double grip that ball, boy. That's crazy, boy.
Yeah, Ray Underwood. Larry Bird was a bad man when he played Laugh Out Loud. Yeah. No, he was but about it. He's the only person I will say. I know that this LeBron James thing and Michael Jordan comparison is ridiculous. They trying to manufacture a Michael Jordan. It's ridiculous. But if Larry Bird wouldn't have hurt his back, I believe we'll have a different conversation with this GOAT thing. Larry Bird was a flipping monster, man. He was great. I know he always say Magic was better than him. No. Magic.
Man, Bird was the only joker, but it was like, hey, man. They said one time, but Bird was like, look, this is what I'm going to do.
This is
what I'm going to do. and matter of fact, he was like, when the Dream Team was together, he was like, the college boys walking down the hall. Bird was like, hey, y'all the college boys? Like, yeah, that's what he's like. All right, y'all need to get some rest. It's gonna be a rough time tomorrow. But he didn't say it like that. But he cussed or whatever. And next thing you know, they said they get to practice, you know what I'm saying? They was playing ball and they was killing the Dream Team. They were killing it. And one of the players started talking trash, like, Bird, you can't, man, you need to get there and go on, get out, but stretch your back, boy. Your back about to give out, Bird. Yeah. Bird like, all right, young fella. All right, I got you. Yeah, you about to die, man. You about to die. Hey, about to be out of here, y'all.
I had it hooked up, man.
God, dog, boy, Harry about to be out of here. Countdown has begun. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, snap. Well, I'm about to die, Chris. I'm about to die. Energy, boy. I need energy, boy.
But, yeah, man. But that joker, man, talking about, Bird was like, look here, this is what I'm going to do. Crossover, fake you out, shoot from the 3, and then hit it. And he was, man, he said Bird was the one. Bird said he was the one you don't want to talk trash to, boy.
Yeah, Dominic used to, but great stories about him. So many of them, man, what's the name? John Sally and all of them say what Bird was just be telling them for real, man. This is what I'm gonna do to you. Boy, he used to do that all the time. But
And they were like,
yeah, he
and he
was a
did-
monster, man. He was a
Yeah,
monster.
and they were like, you wouldn't think that a Bird, boy, because you wouldn't think that a Bird, but Bird, they were like Bird. He was one of them to talk trash to you, and you couldn't do it. And he was
Yeah,
like,
he's the only player. He's the only player that I ever thought. I mean, as far as every single time that the Celtics played, I said they're gonna win because they got Larry Bird. Every time they played, he's the only player, not even Michael Jordan, that I would say that about. And Dr. J was my favorite. Pistol Pete Maverick, great player too. Those were my favorites. But Larry Bird's the only player to this day. Every time I don't care.
he ain't Puerto Rican, man. He Mexican, boy.
Okay.
Yeah, they got a Mexican flag out there on the floor, boy. Yeah, boy,
Okay. But yeah, he's the only player I ever thought that will anytime he was on the floor, they was gonna win, except for when he got hurt. After he damaged his back, I wasn't sure. You know, I was like, oh, well, he's gonna have to do something special to pull this out. When he hurt his back, I never thought that. But the Lakers were so loaded, and Philadelphia has some loaded teams too. So sometimes Philadelphia will overcome him, and especially when they got Moses Malone. But the Lakers, man, was the most loaded team I ever seen in my life. Magic, with Magic, Kareem, James Worthy, man, Russell. Who else did they have on that team? Norm Nixon, doggone Michael Cooper, again Cooper Loop. Let's see,
Cooper Loop.
Yeah, Cooper Loop, man. I forgot the one that Silk, James Silk, man.
James Worthy, boy.
James Worthy, yeah, I said James Worthy. No, it was another guy. His name was James Silk. They used to call him Silk. He had that smooth shot. He go. I forgot his name right now, but they called him Silk. But he was just awesome, man. He would just nail them shots. They had Klay Thompson's dad, Michael Thompson, coming off the bench. He was an awesome player too.
What about George Gervin, boy? George Gervin, that finger roll, boy.
George Gervin with the San Antonio Spurs. That joker, man. Woo! George Gervin, the whole thing about Gervin, him and Pistol Pete, they was averaging 30-something points a game, man. When
you couldn't stop that finger roll, boy. You couldn't stop that finger roll, boy.
Hey, no, you couldn't stop the finger roll. Nobody can stop that. I don't know if I ever saw that guy blocked. Wait a minute. I saw a guy blocked maybe once or twice. I saw Julius Erving through it, Dr. J, but he could jump out the building. And I think I seen it one other time. Dr. J about the only person I ever seen block outside of Wilt Chamberlain block that hook. Bill Walton used to block it all the time. When Bill Walton was young, when he was when his first couple years in his prime, he would he'd be nipped. That joke was 6'11", throwing those shots back, man. Bill Walton was a monster, boy. He was a monster. And if he wouldn't have ever got hurt, no telling as far as centers go. But yeah, he was an excellent center. But yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, man. Whew. Yeah, man, it's kind of hard for me to get in these slam dunk contests like I used to.
I don't know nobody, boy.
This guy's okay, man. All right, Ray said, I love watching the Lakers, Bulls, and Celtics back in the day. Yeah, Ray, no doubt. Great team, man. All right, yeah, Black Rain 7920 says Bird was the best trash talker. Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Right up under Jordan, boy. Jordan was
Nah, Bird was better than Jordan at that, man. Jordan would get mad. Jordan would just, he would say it's trash. I mean, Jordan will tell you what he's gonna do too. But then Jordan to shut up, he'd just embarrass you. He would.
Kevin Garnett said on his podcast, but he was like, man, like said he played a game, but somebody was talking trash. And Kevin got hyped up and made a couple of shots. He's like, yeah, old man, you can't guard me. You can't guard me.
Yeah.
And Kevin was like, his teammate was like, hey man, look, he don't know Jay. He don't know Mike. Oh my Lord. He's like, he don't know Mike, man. Come on, the boy just don't. He a rookie out here. He's like, okay. And then Mike was like, oh, so you talking all that? He's like, come here. And he was like, come here, ho. Come here. I got you. And just be dropping about 30 on him. He said, man, by the time they got to halftime, Jordan had almost 40 on him, boy.
Yeah.
And then he's like, by the end of the second quarter, boy, old boy, he said Garnett's teammate and him sitting on the bench, Jordan running down the court. Damn, young fella, you out the game already, young fella?
Yeah,
I know.
I know.
Oh man, young fella, I didn't know. My bad, young fella. And Kevin apologized to the teammate, sucking L. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'll never do it again, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't know. Because he was like, because they didn't have time. They hadn't had time to rest. They had to run back and play defense, man. So he was running them, boy, and wearing them out. But he was like, after that, he's like, I never talk trash to Mike again, boy.
Yeah, what's his name, man? Bird used to trash talk Michael, man. Bird trash talk everybody, Chris. And still to this day, he's the only player that beat all of them. He beat Magic. He beat Isaiah. He beat Mike. He beat Magic. He beat Kareem.
But guess what? Jordan's like, I'm gonna do something ain't nobody else do. I'm gonna get my lick back.
No, Michael took over in '89. Yeah, Michael took over.
He was like, I'm gonna do something ain't nobody else do. He's like, I'm gonna get my lick back. He's like, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna punish every last one of y'all. But and he did, but he came back. He did,
man. He did. But look, I'm gonna tell you like this, Chris. I'm still gonna say this to this day. Michael might he would have had a hard time with Larry Bird if Larry Bird wouldn't have ever got hurt. He would have. That guy could play. He just could play. But Magic is not Magic, but even Larry Bird said, Michael Jordan the greatest player he ever seen. He first said it was Magic.
Jason Tatum, boy.
He called Michael Jordan God, man. God with a basketball.
Oh yeah. Hold on. What Jaylen Brown get ready to do, boy, with Jason Tatum and this dude on Instagram, boy? What he? Oh, too high. Come on, Jason. You gotta throw that better than that, Jason. You gotta throw that alley better than that, Jason. Come on now.
Who's that, Jason Tatum?
Yeah, throwing the alley, Jaylen Brown.
That was awful, man.
Did he try to do the D Brown?
I used to throw alley oops, man. To all
Did he just try to do that D Brown? Did he try to do the D Brown? Did he try to do the arm and? No, you can't do it.
He couldn't.
You couldn't do the D. You can't. But D Brown.
That's what D Brown played with. D Brown was with the Celtics too, man.
D Brown was nasty, boy.
Yeah, he was, man. Yeah, he was. All right, man. But yeah, wrestling, like I say, man, wrestling it's a lot of hope that we have going on today, man. The promoters, they just dreaming and hoping. They dreaming and hoping that wrestling can get back to what it used to be. But the whole thing about it is these promoters are not giving us, they're not giving us the best that they could give us. I mean, there are people out here who can write storylines like the past and pretty much interject that stuff into wrestling like it was back in the day. But we got people like Dutch Mantell, Kevin Sullivan. I know Kevin Sullivan works for Von Erich. He worked for Kevin, one of his, I think his granddaughter or his daughter. She owns a promotion. And, Dutch Mantell, he's podcasting. So you got some of these best wrestling minds, Jim Cornette, he's podcasting. He won't come back and do it at all. But yeah, they just sitting on the sideline. And you got probably one of the most brilliant minds, two of the most brilliant minds right there in AEW. And so there's no excuse for AEW because you got
Jalen and McClung.
Oh, man, you got Shivani and you got Jim Ross there. But guys, we appreciate everybody coming on. But Chris, we're gonna get off of here. We've been on here an hour 15 minutes. And,
but it's fun around here. It's fun around.
We're not gonna broadcast this, man, because I think people want to hear this wrestling. Basically we have ran out of the stuff we talking about on wrestling. We just talking about dunking right now.
That's what they need to put in wrestling. Some dunking, boy. Dunking in wrestling.
That'll be something different. Guarantee you a lot of them guys, man. A lot of them guys will be able to dunk, man. You can definitely put that in. In wrestling today. So especially with the high flyers and all the people the things that they're doing now. But guys, we definitely appreciate all of you coming in. Hey, it's been a good night, man. We came on here, talk a little bit about wrestling, talk about basketball. But we appreciate everybody, man, who came through with us tonight, and everybody who did come through and watch it. And hey, really hadn't said anything. But my man Black Rain 7920, my man Ray Underwood.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, our man Robert Brown coming through. Who else came through? Chris Pedro Perez came through tonight.
Who else came through, man?
And Michael came through,
man. And my man Felton Neely came through.
Felton Neely, appreciate you, Felton.
Yeah, man. So
all right, I think that's all we had come through, but we appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with us, man, as we, like I said, have a little bit of NBA talk. And we talked about, hey, as far as promoters and the fans hoping and promoters hoping and dreaming, man, for, wrestling to be back like it was. I don't think they want it to be back like it was. It's just people want the storylines. Storylines is the key. If we get storylines back in wrestling, we definitely have grabbed a hold of something that was very special to us, man, that, something that gratified us as far as wrestling fans. Right now, I think the wrestling world is starving from a fan's perspective and a promoter's perspective. And I do think every promoter's out there, even Tony Khan, is doing everything. Tony Khan is doing everything in his power to try to boost everything. It's just that he's not using what he has. And that is one of the problems that he have, that something, he's going to have to solve that some kind of way down the road here. But, man, besides all that, I don't have nothing, Chris. What about you?
Me neither, man. I'm going to finish watching this dunk contest, man, and I'm going to call it a night, boy.
No doubt about it. That's what I'm going to do. But, yeah, we appreciate everybody coming in, rocking with the Straight Wrestling Show. Like I say, we called out everybody's names. And let's see if we had anybody say something at the end here. All right. Okay. Nobody said anything at the end, but we appreciate everybody coming in. We will see you guys later. Stay straight up. Peace.
Peace.